This is my first solo show in New York.
Do you know Ray at all?
Yes, we do. Ray owes us all money.
Is this your first time seeing Ray's work tonight?
Yes, it is.
And what is it that you think when you see this work?
The first word that jumped into my mind was fracture. The eyes. The eyes truly are the mirror of the soul.
I think it delves deeply into the characters of each of the subjects.
So can you tell me a little bit about what's going through your mind as you look at Ray's work?
Yes, at first they're scary, and some of them I didn't want to get close to, and then when you get close to it, it stops being about the face and more about the surface. And then I actually wanted to touch them. This one? That one
scares you the most?
Yeah. But that's also one of the ones that reminded me of, but you know, like from far away, you see the face and it's kind of scary, but then when you get closer, there's all this, landscape, going on.
I'll distort them, or I'll take two faces and I'll merge the two faces, or I'll take an eye from one face and a nose from another face, and I'll merge them in Photoshop, right? So to create one photographic image, then I'll print it out and mount it on canvas.
My name is Dr. Kalia Vrapopoulos. I'm a curator and the exhibitions director of the Tenri. And I'm very happy to be hosting Ray DiCecco's photography today and for this month, and featuring it at the Tenri this month. What can I tell you about it? Let's see. What he does is he actually photographs the subject, and then he paints over it with like a clear resin that becomes very thick and liquidy, and that is allowed to dry to becoming or creating waves as if underwater, and appearing as if underwater, and giving us the impression of a kind of disjunction on the faces of the sitters themselves. So it's a very interesting Baudrillardian sort of fragmentation that happens as a result of his methodologies.
Did you enjoy the work you saw here tonight?
Yeah, very cool, very different. Trying to figure out what state the artist was in when he did this.
Do you mean if he was under the influence of... What do you think of this work?
It looks like people who are in car accidents and all bloody and accident prone. I really don't like it.
It's not really your thing?
No, I'm not getting a nice, warm, friendly feeling for it.
How would you describe the work in a few words?
Steve Jobs would say different.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's very inspiring. It's new. It's fresh. It's almost like taking a picture and deconstructing it, like a puzzle.
It's one part beautiful, it's one part disturbing, it's one part more in-depth than just what you're looking at. It's not quite a psychological portrait, but yet it hits upon that?
I find the works very well done. They are of an intimate scale, but for this grand space, it's at my eye level, which I welcome.
It's interesting that you chose this one because it's probably one of the least, worked over or and the most purely photographic. It doesn't look like it has much or any.
It's true. It doesn't have any of that
paint
work
or acrylic on top of it.
This one here, I'm upside down.
Oh, interesting.
But I'd seen the other two online, but I'd never seen this one. So I came in and I wasn't sure that it was me. I just looked at it and thought, is that me? Is it not me? Well, the eyes seem similar, but I recognized my necklace. But here my earrings are upside down, and I couldn't figure the earrings out. And then I realized I was upside down. So, but I do remember now posing upside down. I just turned myself over a sofa. So he doesn't go for the glamorous beauty shot, which is a little disconcerting for a girl.
I think it probably touches some part of their unconscious, subconscious landscape. They're responding to. It's a very psychological piece. Like when you look around, you see, like this painting here, you see the double eyes. You see the double eyes in a lot of the images. I have this theory that we don't have just one personality, that we're made up of multiple personalities. We're all kind of schizophrenic in our own way. So I believe that we adopt different personalities for different occasions, and that there is no such thing as one personality. So I think that's the thing that people are probably responding to, at least that's what I hope that they're responding to. This acrylic corner can take a couple of days. It depends on how thick.
There's some destructive elements on her face, and there's something so peaceful about it. It's wow. And it throws you off balance a little bit. It's nice. I like it.
Very new process that I've just been developing for the last, recently for the last few months.
I think it's a great appealing art for a lot of ages. Yeah, it's very interesting, very interesting. Definitely right up there with the technology.
Orange skies, carnivals and cotton candy, and you.
It reminded me of Italian marble sculpture that cracks and fades with time and gets discolorations with time, superposed with the faces of women that might have an eternal beauty, a sort of a classic beauty, but obviously, everything fades or cracks with time.
Have you seen anything like this in your explorations of art?
I have. Cindy Sherman, who is at MoMA now, has very much that reference. And yes, I thought it's work with portraits and seeking to artistically emerge the psychological qualities and the symbolic qualities that go with the portrait of a person, because you look at a person and you see many things.
It must be hard for you to pick a favorite.
It is really hard for me to pick favorites. I like a lot of the shots of Daniela. I like a couple of Casey. These are two of my favorites.
What do you think of when you see yourself in these pictures?
I don't know, I was really excited because they're distorted and they have somebody else's touch, and he's sort of, my first thought was, wow, if I ever get institutionalized someday, people will look at these pictures, and I guess I could see it coming. I could see the crazy in her eyes.
Portraits and the many faces of, not Eve, but the many faces of each woman. It seems like a lot of the portraits, if you look one way, you see the eyes looking at you. If you look a different way, all of a sudden it's a different perspective. So it's almost like a reflects personality. What would you say, Michelle?
I'd say it looks like, to me, it's women in very many different moods. Would you say there's something menstrual about the work?
Menstrual?
Yeah.
No, not really. I didn't think of that.
What I think is interesting is that the portraits are different. There are some that are a bit disturbing, like one eye might be out of place, or the look might be angry, and there are other portraits that one might be very intense and intent, another might be peaceful, so that also I think is interesting.
You probably spent more time talking to people than I did.
People were very positive. They had really positive things to say.
I think it's very powerful.
Are you a fan of this work?
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's very inspiring. It's new. It's fresh.
Very inspired and impressed with us.
This is a very successful night for Ray, and I'm wishing him a lot of luck for his future.
It's very powerful.
Do you see any of these pieces making their way into your collection?
Possibly.
A musical ensemble that is also psychological.
Nice work. Awesome.
So what's next? What's next, Ray?
More portraits. No, you know what's next? I need to sleep for a few days and recuperate.
Any last words?
I look forward to more work, more shows.
Color in sky, Prussian blue. Scarlet fleece changes hue. Crimson ball sinks from view. Where your love like heaven. Where your love like heaven. Where your love like heaven. Lord, kiss me once more. Fill me with song, Allah, kiss me once more. That I may, well, love like heaven.
Just we're all kind of schizophrenic in our own way.